so how do you react to this breaking news that we had that Suellabraverman, our Home Secretary, says she will be creating no more safe or legal routes to anyone looking to free Sudan, apart from British nationals who are already on planes, we hope?
Well, it's in sort of line with the current policy of what she's been espousing and putting out. But then, I suppose, inevitably, we're going to have to be prepared for a wave of migrants from Sudan coming on small boats, and we'll have to deal with them accordingly. If you're not going to provide any safe routes, then people are going to use the only route available. And the people smugglers are probably already using that soundbite of Suellabraverman to sell it to people, saying, well, hold on, they're not going to let you in, they're not going to create a visa for you, but if you want to get into the UK, we can provide you that route. It's going to cost X amount of money. And there you go, that they're already, their value of the product will have gone up.
OK, I mean, do you think that realistically, though, we do have some kind of moral right? I mean, I could understand it with Afghanistan to an extent. I could understand it with Ukraine for an extent. I could understand it with Hong Kong. I mean, Sudan, does the British taxpayer really have a moral obligation to pay for asylum for the Sudanese?
Well, we did rule in Sudan. And so, you know, we ruled there and we created the partition. So we gave the north of it to the Muslim Sudanese, and in the south of it was given to the Christians. And there's been a conflict ever since. We did the same, the British Empire did the same in India when we created Pakistan and gave that to the Muslims and India to the Hindus. And there's been a conflict ever since between the two countries. So, I mean, we do have some sort of moral obligation, but not, I would say, more than what anyone else has. Germany will once again take the brunt of it, Spain and Italy, and they will take the most of the migrants. And proportionately, we should take some. I mean, we didn't rule in Ukraine, so why are we taking, you know, and we didn't create that conflict. The argument there was that we helped contribute towards them getting rid of their nuclear deterrent, and therefore that maybe made it more likely for Vladimir Putin to roll the tanks on in. Is there not a risk, Harjap, that if we apply that argument to everywhere that Britain used to have at some point somewhere to do with, that frankly we might end up becoming a sponge for the world and all of their problems? Well, we can't say we're proud of the British Empire, but only when it suits us. So, I mean, we've got to take the good with the bad. And let's face it, the good that the British Empire did, they also did a lot of bad. And that includes wiping out a lot of people, killing a lot of people, and looting resources from countries. Now, if we stayed in a country, looted its resources and then split it up, and then basically, let's say, right, you lot fight each other for the rest of the resources, we've got nothing to do with it, Gov. That sounds a bit callous to say, well, hold on, if we can step in and offer some sort of help, even to 100 people or 200 people, that we're not going to do so. Whereas we've offered the same help to somewhere like Ukraine. Okay. For what, thousands of people, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 people? So, you know, where we've contributed to a country and used their resources and in effect taken stuff that belonged to that country, which we weren't entitled to, then it does make sense that, you know, that we should offer some sort of refuge, at least offer a safe route. To say we're not going to offer any visas to them, you know, we're not going to offer anywhere to apply, then we can't then moan when they turn up at our shores, then, Patrick. A lot
of people would say, Harjap, that our duty only really applies for those who have got British passports, the British citizens. I mean, everybody else. I mean, you know,
we're the last to help those as well. We're the last to help those. I mean, the shameful thing is that the French and the Germans actually evacuated more British citizens than we have to date. Even India managed to evacuate 300 citizens before we sent this plane. And so our 4,000 British citizens were stuck there thinking what to do. And the advice for them was just stay put, don't go out. And in fact, I think Ben Wallace's advice was, why don't you grab a taxi to the base? So, you know, great reasoning in a war-torn zone where there's bullets flying all over the place. Don't worry, hail an Uber. I'm sure the taxi driver will take you there.